Hi, why being highly sensitive is a positive for a high value woman. Hi, my name is Nadine and I'm your empath and highly sensitive coach. Now, before I talk about why highly sensitive is a positive for a high value woman, please subscribe, like, follow below the other videos that myself and the coach have for you. Also, join Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we have products and courses for your growth and your journey. So, why is high sensitive a positive for a high value woman? Now, I based this on Dr. Elaine Aron, who wrote the book Highly Sensitive Person, and I came across a wonderful newsletter called The Simple Luxury Life by Shannon Ables, where she talked about the gifts of a highly sensitive person. So looking at the book, reading the book, and checking out the newsletter, and I must add, Shannon Abel also has a wonderful podcast called The Simple Luxury Life too. Wonderful. Based on those two, it got me wondering, what and how is a highly sensitive trait a positive thing for a high value woman? Now let's look at the different traits that a highly sensitive person has. Now, the traits that they have is that, and I'll just name a few, is that as a highly sensitive woman, we do like to spend some time by ourselves, where we kind of have some time alone, think about things, we process information, we think about information, a lot of self-reflection, process information, we process information with emotions, and we think things out. We also are very observant, and we observe how people are, we consider their feelings, we have empathy, and we just take some time. Now, if we break down those qualities and those traits, those are actually going to be a positive for a high value woman. Let's start off with spending time by ourselves. Now, when we spend time by ourselves, it allows us to learn more about who we are. We take time to think, take time to de-stress. And when you're in a relationship or you're just dating, that is going to be a good thing, because you're allowing not only yourself to have space from the man that you're seeing, but that man is also getting space from you. And you have that time where you're on your own and you don't become needy or clingy. And also, by giving space, it's like you don't, because at the same time, as a high value woman, we do not pursue or chase. We sit in our feminine. And by you having some time by yourself, you're actually kind of this journaling, taking walks, just like enjoying that time and learning more about you. You might just do a self-care day where you might treat yourself out to dinner, have a nice bubble bath, just doing something that you love, and just having time to process. And your partner, the person that you're seeing, the guy that you're seeing, would appreciate that, because you're having that time alone and you're not always bothering him, seeing where he's going, asking where he's going, but you're having that time for yourself. And again, as a feminine, we don't pursue or chase, and we sit in that feminine. So that would be a positive. The next thing is about self-reflection. And that's where we take in information, we process it. We would process it with emotions. But again, that's a good sign, because as you're self-reflecting, you're learning a lot about yourself. And they say that when you're in a relationship too, and you're dating, you're also, that relationship brings out certain things about yourself that you learn. So this idea of self-reflection will give you a great idea to see how you handle things, learn things. I know that during my self-reflection, and times where I would self-reflect, and that would either where I'd be journaling, writing things down, processing, I basically found out that I love art. I discovered my love of art, my discovery of painting and drawing and illustration. And if I didn't have that time, I wouldn't learn how to become creative and just have that freedom of being so creative. So I am so grateful for self-reflection. The next thing is processing information. Now, when you process information, as a highly sensitive person, when you process information, you're actually processing information, but you're processing information with emotion. The only thing you have to be careful when you process information, you don't want to overthink too much or get into that problem where you create narratives based on assumptions. So there has to be a balance where you don't go into this overthinking and create narratives. The next thing that you want to think about, which is actually really positive again, is that you're very observant. So you're now going to observe how that person you're seeing is, and you're also going to have empathy. You're going to be considerate of how that person feels. So you're going to see how that person feels. If you, again, you want to be careful that you don't go into assumptions, but you're always going to have a communication check, and you're going to also recognize and respect that person's boundary, who you're dating, the guy you're dating, and they're going to respect yours. And if there's a problem, you're also going to have that communication, and you're going to make sure that you speak to that person. So as mentioned, being highly sensitive, these are wonderful traits as a high value woman, because you're sitting in your feminine, and you're actually making sure that you are not going to be in pursuit mode. So I hope this helps. And again, if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to put in the comments, and I will talk to you soon again.